I'm Dickie.
Good morning.
25:38.
W. Smith.
The Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
It's Friday.
Yay!
Ooh, you can say that again.
Yay!
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's Friday, the last day of July, the 31st. It's the 213th day of the endless 2020. There are 153 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. And it being Friday, it's a specially wrapped, pretty gift. On this Friday morning is the team is together. It's psychological. I didn't bring a bottle of Absopure in with me, and I'm immediately...
Right, I'm dying.
I can sit here for 50 shows and not have to take a drink with that bottle sitting there. And now that I don't have it there, I'm thirsty.
Right.
But be that as it may, if I shall fall, the team shall come and raise me up again and rescue me. The team. Dick Hafner, our WJR News Director. Thank you for presenting the news as news, Richard. We appreciate that very much. We, of course, are checking our traffic and our weather, and today specifically movies and such. Dana Clark. Thank you, Dana.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Happy Friday.
The love over your shoulder.
Says it all, doesn't it?
It does indeed. We have Brian Morton feeling a little lonesome.
He misses us.
In the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building.
He won't admit it.
Kim just delivered a bottle of steam distilled absolute pure water. Thank you, sweetheart.
She's a keeper.
She's a listener. She was listening. Thank God she was listening. So Kim is here, though carrying the water, so to speak, and our executive producer, Ann Thomas. What hat does Ann have on today?
Oh, of course.
Oh, I should get mine
get
somewhere.
Your hat.
The Paul W. Smith Golf Classic 17th annual one coming up this Monday, and we'll be broadcasting from your country club, the Detroit Golf Club, Annie, and looking forward to it. This is our 17th annual one, and without question, our most bizarre one, because I was not betting we were going to be able to have it, and so that was kind of an odd and awkward road, but we're there, and the charities are going to get money, and we're excited about that. That's what it's all about.
And I have formed a team. I have a great team,
I'm so glad, because you weren't going to. You didn't think you were going to.
I have stepped right up. I'm in all the way on this one.
Who's on your team?
Who's on my team?
Who's on
my
your
team is part of our team.
Yes.
Dana
The team.
I'm coming for you.
Dana
Clark.
Coming.
And
Is
Trevor
playing?
Yes.
Good. Excellent.
Yes. And
The
the barrister.
secret weapon.
And the barrister.
Yes.
Now, are we knocking at Courtney because he has to work?
No, Courtney was taken by one of the other big dogs.
Oh, they have them. Good.
Yeah. I'll tell you the story after the break. It's great.
All right. More stories to come after the break. It's 5:42 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez.
The new podcast, Forgotten Women of Juarez, investigates a series of murders that have haunted the U.S.-Mexico border for almost 30 years. To find out more, listen to Forgotten Women of Juarez, wherever you get your podcasts.
We haven't forgotten you, women of Juarez, I promise. We didn't know about you, but now we'll never forget you. At 5:43, we're checking our WJR traffic and weather. Dana Clark.
Traffic first sponsored by the Restore Wellness Center. Tired of dealing with nagging body pain, joint swelling, tendinitis, neuropathy, and chronic pain? The Restore Wellness Center will reduce or eliminate the pain completely. Reserve your appointment today at the state's best non-invasive laser therapy treatment center. Call 800-935-5959 in Brighton, Shelby, and Bloomfield, or restorewellnesscenter.com. Earlier accident, 75 northbound after 94, that is clear. 696 eastbound at DeQuinder, an accident is blocking the right shoulder. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Guernsey Farms Dairy. Celebrate 80 years with Guernsey this summer at your local grocer. From their award-winning milk, ice cream, and lemonade, they are a true Michigan summer tradition. Guernsey is excited to announce their newly remodeled restaurant in Northville. Now open Wednesday through Sunday. For more info, visit GuernseyFarmsDairy.com. That's GuernseyFarmsDairy.com.
Still enjoying some of the better weather across the ocean. Good looking last day of the month. A few clouds this morning and pretty comfortable out there for this time of year. Cloud sunshine later, 82. Tonight, some clouds around. Once again, down into the low 60s. Some of the suburbs, upper 50s. Saturday, good. Sunday, chance of showers. From a Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic on News Talk 760 WJR.
All righty, let us take care of a little business here at 544, Monday through Friday from noon till 3. It's the Rush Limbaugh Show. He makes an appearance, a cameo, if you will, first thing in the morning with us here on WJR at almost 5:45. Rush?
So get this from the Los Angeles Times. Some kids are thriving, doing better than anybody expected because the schools are closed. That's right, my friends. These school children are feeling less stress. They're getting better grades. They're happy. They're productive now that they don't have to go to school. Some of these kids say that they aren't tired anymore. They don't have bouts of hunger during the day. They don't worry about being bullied. They're well-fed. They're energetic. They're loving life ever since they have been able to attend their classes online, which they don't really do, rather than at their oppressive schools. Now, not all students feel that way. The kids who live in noisy homes or whose families are suffering hardships or illness because of the virus pandemic, well, they're not doing so well. But for the kids, the LA Times reported on, man, oh man, life is good. So maybe it's time to reevaluate everything, folks. What are we doing to our children? Why should America's precious, fragile, sensitive kids ever be forced to go back to school? It's too stressful. Their grades suffer. They're tired. They're hungry. They're bullied. They're miserable. They never win. We should close them. That's what we should do. We should close the schools, most of them anyway, forever. We should do it. We must do it in order to save the children. Think of the billions of taxpayer dollars. Actually, no, they would still charge it the tax revenue. So, but we still should close the schools. Makes all the sense in the world, right?
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR.
Ay.
That's going to be an issue, isn't it? Again, it's everything's political. Everything's political.
So we all know about Steve Courtney's hole-in-one.
Why that happened at the Paul W. Smith Golf Classic, didn't it? It was a 7-iron, about 158 yards into the wind uphill. I don't remember.
He's been snapped up by GM and Terry Rattigan.
All right.
Yeah, he's with the big dogs now.
He's playing with the big dogs.
With the big dogs. He bailed on us, You know,
I haven't played in years. I just haven't. And because I would go around and get pictures with everyone. Well, I can't go around this year and get pictures with everyone because, we all stand together and we put our arms around each other. We're not going to do that. So I thought maybe I would play, but
I think you should.
Yeah, but I don't. I think I gave away all my spots in my foursome because we have. Wait a minute. What? No, yeah, I told him to bring 2 guys. Jamie was supposed to be there, but can't be now, and so my nephews-in-law. No, yeah, is that what I call them? Every year I don't know what to call them. My nephews-in-law are married to my nieces. Mm-hmm. So Scott and Nick Davis and Scott Burns, they will be representing the Paul W. Smith foursome, and they're going to bring 2 pals with them because Jamie had to drop out, and I was on the fence. I was on the fence, playing or not playing. I haven't played. This was the summer I was going to play, but I say that every summer. Still, I might get out and play a little, but we're busy during the tournament. It's a big deal. We got a lot of people. It should move even faster. We've always tried to keep it moving fast, but we'll have fewer golfers this year. It's better for social distancing. It's better for play. And as you know, Ann, with your club, the Detroit Golf Club, beautiful Detroit Golf Club, they learned a lot from having the Rocket Mortgage.
Yes.
And part of what they learned is They're not going to have the kind of breakfast we've had. It's going to be more like a box breakfast. They're not going to even be able to do the dinner we usually have. Everything's going to be outside on the patio. Simone Vitale band will be out there playing, and we're still going to have a good time. And most importantly, we're still going to raise quite a bit of money for the 4 charities that we try to take care of. The Children's Center, Detroit PAL, Variety Detroit, the Children's Charity, and the Children's Foundation. So if we can get them each, I don't know how much we can get them each, maybe 50 grand. I don't know for sure what our final figures will be, but we're very appreciative to the long-term sponsors who are back for a 17th year and the new ones as well. So the one thing I haven't checked, and I should, because we've been snake bit a few times, what the weather's supposed to be like Monday.
You're hearing the Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
Start me up 549, News Talk 760 WJR, the Paul W. Smith Show, Friday edition on the last day of July. Now, it's the weirdest thing.
Oh, that's right.
It seems like the months are zipping by and the year is taking forever.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
The endless year, we just as soon forget, but we will not be able to forget this year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be telling our children's children about this year, and then they'll be telling their children's children. But I'm hopeful that it'll be this year and not the next year or two that we're talking about all of these problems. That's my hope, my fervent hope. I'm not going to take any side bets on that or guesses on that. One of the most disconcerting things I've seen is the way the news media appears to be handling the did Bo Schembechler know about that doctor? The way they ask the question is to make it sound like he knew and he kept it quiet. And that's not the case when I read what they've put in the paper here today, but it's still under the headline, did Bo know? So here's what happened. I mean, summing it up, a kid goes into this monster doctor for migraines, and the monster doctor sexually molests him like he did so many other people. So he went and he told Bo Schembechler. And what did Bo Schembechler do? But exactly what, even before then, before they had Title IX and everything else, he immediately told the kid to go and report it immediately to the athletic director, Don Canham. In fact, what Bo said to me when I first came to him was, quote, get your butt into Canham's office and tell him what happened right now. The former student said, well, that doesn't sound like a guy trying to cover anything up. It sounds like a guy hearing about this and being angry and saying, go in there right now and tell the athletic director your story, your eyewitness report. And the kid goes on to say, Bo was visibly angry. I felt from the look on his face and from his actions that this was the first time that anybody reported this to him. So it's not like he was angry at the kid for telling him about it. He was angry upon hearing that he had a doctor there molesting kids, and there was the eyewitness, and he said, go on in there and tell the athletic director about this right now, which was all the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. Yet the implication has been, oh boy, did Bo know and not say anything? It's just so incredible the way things have gone in our.
So what happened when
what
happened when the accuser went to Don Canham? Did it stop there, or
I don't think from the earlier stories I read, I didn't go any further on this one because I'm sick of it. That Canham did not do what Canham should have done at that point, as far as I know. It's not Bo Schembechler, and I'm not even sure what it is that Don Canham did or didn't do from that point. I mean, you can read it and see what they're reporting now this many years later. It's as if nobody can be clean or okay in our world today. We have to find something wrong with everyone, even the ones that we had respected the way certainly Bo Schembechler and Don Canham have been respected through their careers and long after they've been dead until something like this has come up. So I don't know what the story is or what it will be, but it will continue, and it will be driven now by the lawyers involved in the lawsuits and how people feel that they need to have money because of what they went through or somebody else went through. Just a tough time. Let's get into another subject, a better, happier subject. It's Friday, for God's sakes. Jeez.
Did anybody see the NBA game last night?
No. Was it good?
It looked cool to me. It looked really, really
in
good.
the bubble.
It looked like a video game. It had people. It did. It looked very space age-ish. It had people, virtually in the stands, which looked better to me than just an empty place. But I understand the MLB may have a hard time doing that because it's inside.
How do they have people virtually in the stands?
I don't know how technology. They just
you saw people in the stands?
No, it was like a virtual avatars. They were images.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like it was like a video game.
Okay.
It was like a video game, and it looked great to me. I liked it. They still had music there. They had a little bit of crowd noise. The players all had messages instead of having their names on their backs. They had messages like freedom, equality, say her name. So they made their statement. They had the Black Lives Matter on the court and just the big NBA symbol. Since everybody's playing there, you can't really have a home court per se. But I thought it was good. They need to make a couple of tweaks, but I think it looked pretty good.
Well, that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear. What do we have here? Kim, was this Monday's weather that you just sent me?
Yeah.
75 degrees.
Oh, that's
nice. But it looks like a 60% chance of rain. It never rains at my golf tournament.
No, it won't rain.
Oh, it really does rain.
Oh boy.
Boy, does it rain.
Mixed clouds with sun and scattered thunderstorms. What are you? Come on, dear God.
Oh, it's only Friday. It'll change 10 times before Monday.
But 75 degrees would be
nice.
Really comfortable for golf.
That's nice.
I might get out there and just hit the ball around, act like I'm playing.
Yeah,
absolutely. Mm-hmm. Come in. You can come with us.
I always am going to throw my clubs in the trunk of the car.
Right, just in case.
I never do. Yeah. Well, I used to play, but then I realized it costs money for me to play too. I mean, I don't like to take money away from the charity. It's not like I'm a good golfer and it matters. But we'll see. We might, a lot of people give their golf spots back.
Right. Yeah.
And more so this year than ever, because still some people are not showing up. For a variety of reasons. It is 5:56 on this Friday morning at WJR.
Sponsored by the podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez.
The new podcast, Forgotten Women of Juarez, investigates a series of murders that have haunted the U.S.-Mexico border for almost 30 years. To find out more, listen to Forgotten Women of Juarez, wherever you get your podcasts.
Sound like the first guy said the women of Juarez, and then the next one said the women of Juarez. Get your facts right. Where are these women from anyway? Let's check and see what's going on here at 5:57. Our WJR traffic and weather. Dana Clark.
Well, now 696 eastbound at DeQuinder, that accident there is also clear. So some upcoming construction kicking off 8 p.m. tonight along 94 eastbound between Gratiot and 696, all lanes shutting down until 5 a.m. on Monday. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet. Gordon Chevrolet, where you pick out the vehicle you would love to drive and receive a worksheet with 18 different purchase and lease payments for you to choose from. You do this from the comfort of their outdoor showroom with covered patio seating. Gordon Chevrolet on Ford Road, just west of Merriman in Garden City. GordonChevrolet.com. Gordon Chevrolet, find new roads. Today, nice, comfortable day, less humidity, no rain, sun and clouds, a high of 83. Tonight, a few clouds, low 66. The weekend looks great. Saturday, the best day, sun and clouds, a high of 82. And on Sunday, clouds and occasional rain showers and a high of 76. Clear skies, 65 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Dick Hafner in 2 minutes.
I think we're clear.
Friday.
real quick on that U of M lawsuit, the other biggest problem with that lawsuit is so many of the people alleged to be involved are gone. They're deceased. And so, this is a tough thing because it's people saying what happened, and they're talking about people involved that are no longer with us. That's a tough case.
Yeah.
It's a very tough case. The other thing, I know it's Friday, Deb, but there was more trouble. Another police shooting
in
last
Detroit?
night. Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, if somebody comes at you with a sword and 3 knives,
Oh yeah,
you better shoot them, because when you
gosh.
tased them and they were wearing protective clothing and the taser didn't work, you
Right.
have very little left you can do when a guy's charging at you with a sword and threw one knife and struck the officer right below the eye.
Right.
So
What do they do? I mean, it's kind of like we need Sophie. This
it's
is the
not
people, really.
well, and it's not the police, it's the
No.
people. And nobody protests about those people who are causing much more damage, wreaking much more havoc in the generally, I don't know if this one was or not, but in the African American community, there every weekend in Chicago, Atlanta, Detroit, any number of places, there are all kinds of horrific criminal activities, people upon people in their own neighborhoods. That is you want to talk pandemics? There's a pandemic far worse than any perceived problems with the police, but you can't say that and you can't do that. Even when you can prove it with numbers, it doesn't matter. There is a certain story out there, and we're sticking with it. And if you go against it, you're a racist, or you're a bad person, or you're not believing, or you're not seeing, or whatever. You know what? Well, no, what? It's just.
It was interesting. The chief is saying that a lot of these suspects are much more aggressive than they've ever been. And
they've been emboldened by the world and the way the world is now, because they can say, well, the police are wrong. These are police are wrong, and the police are not always wrong. So much has been made of John Lewis, and I have to tell you, watching that funeral, as I watched most of it yesterday, I've heard from I heard from Jimmy Carter, heard from President Bush, President Clinton, and President Barack Obama. 4 presidents we heard from during that really well done memorial.
Beautiful.
And all of it was good. I mean, in walked President Bush by himself, and just a few minutes later, it was clear that President Clinton had been asked to walk in the procession coming in, and not President Bush or President Barack Obama, as far as I could see. I would have put the presidents all together walking into that church to show how powerful this man was, to show that it was John Lewis who could bring Democrats, Republicans together in a situation like that. That's what I would have done. I mean, if somebody produced it, believe me.
Do you know what I think, though? I think the reason you didn't see that is because of the pandemic.
Well, but Clinton walked in with a whole group of people.
Right, but he's the only. He was sitting in the audience. I never saw Barack Obama or President Bush.
I saw
sitting in the audience.
Bush was sitting in the audience until he spoke, and then he left. And I think each of them left after they spoke.
That's what it looked like.
And I thought each of them gave a very good speech.
I did too.
I thought Barack's went off the rails and went too long. But let's face it, he always went long when he was giving a speech and stuff. But back to John Lewis. There is no way that you should put John Lewis in the same boat as the rioters. You can put him with the protesters, because that's what he did and he believed in. And he did it the way he believed it should be done, which is by the book, if you will, by the Constitution. They did not break windows and steal televisions and say they were doing that to help people. They did what they did with class and dignity, and because of that class and dignity, they got a lot done. There was a tremendous amount done. Imagine living at a time when you had to use the colored drinking fountain, or the no whites or no coloreds could sit at the lunch counter. I mean, think of that. And they changed that. That was not easy.
Awesome.
They sat there getting kicked and having people put their cigarettes out in their back and pouring milkshakes over their head and doing all this stuff. And yet, look what they accomplished doing it their way. So when newspapers and others were putting him in, John Lewis, with Black Lives Matter, he might have fully believed in the idea of what Black Lives Matters was supposed to mean, but the way it's extended into looting and burning and stealing, which is, I guess, looting and just trouble, isn't at all what John Lewis or Dr. King or any of the lions of the movement did it. That's not how they got things done. And it's unfortunate that it's going the way that it's going. Every day someone says, when does this end? I don't think there is an ending. I don't think there's anything that could be done or accomplished that would get the people who are causing trouble, not the people who are protesting, but the people who are causing trouble. I don't think there's anything that could be announced or done that would stop them. I don't know. What do you guys think?
That's a good question. What are the answers? What can we do to stop it, to help solve the problem? Like, what's the solution?
I don't know.
Well, they're the people that are doing all these bad things. They're not with us. They're not.
No, they're not.
They're not.
And I love the fact that
something else. What can we call them? I don't know. But
losers and
troublemakers. They shouldn't be called protesters.
No,
they're working against the good people who know and want real change.
Right.
And it needs to happen, but it doesn't happen that way. It just doesn't. It's just being used as an excuse for anarchy.
Right.
And for people who just hate America and don't want America to be what it has been and what it could be and should be.
It takes away from the mission, actually.
Yes.
So it'll be, it'll be what it is. It is what it is. Meanwhile, we fight the COVID. We fight the people who are fighting the COVID. I mean, there are people apparently against fighting the
Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Here we go. It's Friday.
Yay!
Oh, man, you can say that again.
Yay!
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's Friday, July 31st, the 213th day of 2020, last day of July, with 153 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. The team is here. Dick Hafner took care of news and information as our WJR news director. Dana Clark, of course, taking care of traffic weather. We'll have some movies today that we'll talk about. Ooh, he had to turn my mic down because I was yelling over the music. And so now, erroneously, he's now turned my mic down. You can turn it back up, Brian. I promise not to yell if the music gets really loud again. We also have Brian Morton in the booth, pressing all the right buttons, throwing all the right switches, and missing us. He hates to admit that, but he's missing us. Kim is here, standing by, and of course, overseeing us all. You can see she's up in the corner looking down upon us all. She's not looking down at us. She's looking down upon us. Our executive producer, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Deb. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Ann. You know who I wouldn't want to be right now? Well, I wouldn't want to be along the way here. Our governor, who's going to have to make some decisions, more decisions that are going to upset this group of people and make this group of people happy. It's kind of a no-win situation. And then the other thing is, what am I saying? I was going to say I wouldn't want to be a parent facing a child having to go to school. I am a parent. I am a parent facing. But I place myself in the radio here and not in that position. But the fact is, I can't step away from the fact that I am a father of a high school kid who also has to. And I'm heavily influenced by the high school kid who desperately wants to go back to school, who in this case wants to have a senior year. And I can't blame her for that.
No.
I don't know.
What's the word from her school? Any decisions yet?
No, and people are upset. They've actually put out a couple of different, it's in my stack of stuff here, a couple of different ways you can go. It looks like one of the ways you can go right now is that you can step up and say, okay, I'm committed to doing online learning through the end of the year, and that it appears that they'll allow you to do that.
Oh,
That's one road you can decide right now to go down, and you can just do that. And the other one is that if they can open the school, if they can pass all the muster to do that they'll open the school, and then you may want to go to school.
What about a little bit of both?
I think there's that too. There's a hybrid of going to school and doing it from home, and having one group maybe through the alphabet, or somehow one group's in for a day or two and then the next group comes in for it. But understand something, in between anything and everything has to be scrubbed out, cleaned, and disinfected.
Right.
And none of that is free.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes at a cost. I wouldn't want to go disinfecting schools without getting paid to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If that were my job, and that's a tough and dangerous job, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm going into where there might be COVID-19, and I'm going in to clean it up.
You'd almost have to hire a professional company to
you'd have to have a
right?
professional. Yeah, really, you'd have to have professional cleaners. Lord knows there are plenty of them that are out there now. We advertise for some of them.
Yes, we do.
But again, it is a job. It's money. It costs money to do
I
this.
wouldn't want to be one of the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
well, I wouldn't want to be a teacher of a certain age, for sure.
Right.
And I think they should just be allowed to come to the classroom via technology. They should stay home.
Yeah.
There should be a television monitor in the front of the room. If we want the kids to be there because of the socialization, and we need kids to go to school, then you do it from your television monitor. I mean, they're going to get used to that if they go on to college. That happens more and more, doesn't it?
But how do you keep control of the classroom?
Yeah, they don't have control anyway, so.
Well, they have a name chart, and they know the bad bit. So every once in a while they go, John, stop that! I'm not going to tell you again. And then you just look down, and they go, wow, how did the teacher know? Because you can bet John or Mary is causing trouble, because they always do. But anyway, I don't know how you control it. I have no idea. A robot goes from classroom to classroom and say, you better. And
that's a
all
good
the
idea.
robot says, and then it goes to the next classroom. You better.
And they'll be so happy to be back. They're going to behave.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at least for a couple of days.
At least a couple of days.
They will behave.
Yeah. So weird.
So we have about a month to go before they go back. Do they usually go back toward the end of August?
I don't
Yes,
beginning of September, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
So a little more time for more decisions.
Yeah, for more confusion. We have plenty of time for more confusion coming up regarding the schools. Tough position. Everybody's in a tough position.
Right.
The
I wouldn't want to
economy
be
is collapsing. The economy is collapsing again. All the wonderful growth over the last several years. It goes, it comes back, it comes back, it goes. I think it's gone away again. I don't know. I can't keep track. It's hard enough just to do our daily living rather than having to be worried about the stock market one way or another. I'm worried about our companies. I'm worried about our businesses surviving. All of them. Every one of our businesses and companies. A couple more went by the wayside. Well-known names. I can't think of them, of course, right now, but we've seen them. They show up in the news that they've filed for bankruptcy, etc. This is the tip of the iceberg, I'm afraid. But again, let's talk about happy things.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Good night, everybody.
Good night. It's Friday. It's going to be a good day.
It's going to be a great weekend.
Stay outside. Can't
Nice
wait. I got to go to the range and hit some balls. So
hit some balls so you're ready to play
Practice
Monday.
weekend.
Practice stuff.
Yes.
Show starts Monday at 6.
At 6.
Correct? 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Till
Okay.
9. We'll be broadcasting live from the Detroit Golf Club. I can't invite you to come there. We're not going to have people there. We're not going to be inside. We're going to be outside. It's going to be. It'll be great because we're raising money for the charities, and that's what we're there to do, and that's what we'll look forward to doing. It
And
is.
that's the best news of the day.
Yep. 6:13 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If finding a high-impact hire is a serious goal for your business, use Indeed. Their flexible payment options mean better bang for your buck with no long-term contracts. Indeed will even give you a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post at Indeed.com/high-impact. Terms and conditions apply.
Is this this is a phobia, I guess. This is a fear of running out of pens when I'm on the air. I always have all these pens around, and I generally like to have one in my hand. I don't know why. It's like a pacifier.
Like a thing, yeah.
It's like a thing. I'm not writing anything right now, but I have to have the pen in my hand. I don't know.
Just in case.
Very odd. All righty, we have it. Our WJR traffic and weather first, and Dana Clark reporting.
We are accident-free out there right now, Paul W. No delays. Let's talk about some upcoming construction that's going to kick off 8 p.m. tonight. All lanes will close until 5 a.m. on Monday. This is in Detroit along 94 eastbound between Gratiot and 696. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by the Restore Wellness Center. Tired of dealing with nagging body pain? The Restore Wellness Center will reduce the pain and scar tissue, improve blood flow, nerve function, and muscle stimulation. The state's best non-invasive laser therapy treatments will reduce your pain. Call 800-935-5959 in Brighton, Shelby, and Bloomfield, or restorewellnesscenter.com.
Looking pretty good here as we go through this last day of the month. A few clouds around. We'll kick off the new month tomorrow with some pretty good weather, too. Pretty comfortable this morning. Cloud sunshine around. Cloud sun later, low 80s. Overnight tonight, settling back to near 63. Some of the suburbs in the 50s. Cloud sun tomorrow, low 80s. And a chance of showers Sunday. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stijik on News Talk 760 WJR.